I'm Twan, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 different things that you can do to quickly save money in your business and help you prepare a comprehensive budget. We all are overwhelmed. We're super busy, and sometimes we don't like to look at the numbers, but I'm going to help you make that process as painless as possible. So enjoy. Hi, my name is Twan. I'm here to support you in any way possible with your business and marketing needs. So, one of the things I'm strongly encouraging my clients to do is to really look at their budgets and to evaluate how they can save money within their business. A lot of businesses are really struggling right now. And some of the challenges they're having is trying to figure out and try to navigate where to cut. Oftentimes, especially with businesses and small businesses, you're just running so much, you're like overwhelmed with so many things coming at you at once, especially if you're like a 1 or to 5 person shop. And so, what I've been inviting my clients who work with me to do is to do something really simple to start your budgeting process. Most of the people, I'm going to be honest, do not have a business budget in place. They're spending money, but nobody has properly told you how to set up your books, set up your accounting, or set up your bookkeeping. And that's not bad. I mean, it's not good. What I'm trying to say is don't feel bad if that's you, because that happens more time than you could imagine. When I first started my business like 20 something years ago, I will tell you, it was like go, 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 go. And I started off small, but then we kicked into high gear. And I literally could just not get my hands around the accounting and the finance, not the money part, but just realizing like how to streamline my income, how to move forward, just ensuring that I wasn't overspending. And oftentimes we overspend and we don't even know that we're overspending. So one of the things that I have been doing in my own business finances, and it's simple, it's not that complicated. And I'm just going to lay it out for you. The first thing I did was I downloaded all of my expenses from my bank statements for the past 13 months. Now, you can do it for the past year, but what I did was I went back an extra month, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. So you can download all of your individual bank statements, or you can just download some banks have the end of the year recap where it's all of your transactions. So if you download all of the bank statements, go back an extra month. And if you download it for the year, do a year and do the month before. You should definitely download your bank statements every month, even if you feel, now I'm going to talk about you if you're not doing anything with them, but go back at least 13 months. Take all of those bank statements, all of those transactions. Then what you're going to do is you're going to upload them as a file attachment in ChatGPT with the prompt that says, Chat, I always talk to Chat like it's a person. Chat, how are you today? Great. I'm doing good, Twan. But what I would do is I would say, take all of these transactions in the attached statements and identify any recurring expenses and show me how to cut my operating budget or cut my budget by 30%. And what chat will do literally is it will identify all the recurring expenses. And then it will also go back and it will give you suggestions on how to cut your budget by 30%. Like little stuff. It may say your labor is really high. Now, there is a way that something you can do to go a step further is you can say based on these transactions and this income, the net income coming into my business, what I want to know is how can I cut my business based and only deal with the things that are directly relatable to my income. So I only want to have people on my team that are going to directly impact my income and remove and reduce my operating and overhead G&A expenses by, let's say, 18 to 20%. You can do that as well in ChatGPT, but you got to upload your invoices to do that, right? So that would be step 3. But the most important step is after you first download all those transactions, your bank statements for 13 months, upload them into ChatGPT. And once you upload them into ChatGPT, You're going to simply say, I want you to identify all the recurring expenses and show me how and where I can cut my budget by 30%. And what ChatGPT will do in seconds, literally, I love it, is it will give you suggestions on what to do. Now, you don't have to do all those suggestions, but let me tell you what I did. I saved so much money with that simple prompt and uploading those bank statements because we were getting hit with recurrence fees that I had thought that other employees who had been here had completely canceled because it was relevant to a project they were working on, either with the Army or Marine Corps. We were working on some PR, some marketing extra campaigns with them. We had some software where we had more people on our graphic design team at that time. And so we were paying for additional software. And I was like, why is this stuff so high? Well, that's what ChatGPT was able to do. It allowed me to see where we were overspending in certain areas from software that I thought the person who was in that job or a previous accounting manager had completely reduced those expenses. Now that was shame on me. That wasn't on anyone else. But what I did quickly a year later was I reduced those expenses and it stayed like 18% in my overhead and G&A. So what I'm saying is there's the simple things that you could do to help you reduce any excess that you have in your company. The other thing it helped me, I always say, I said go back 13 months because some reoccurring transactions are done monthly, some are done quarterly, and then some are also done annually. So you want to be able to catch those annual subscriptions as well that may be hitting your bank account every year and not necessarily every month or every quarter. The third thing that I'm really a huge proponent on is sharing the exercise with your team. So, what I did was anything that was related to the actual work, like we do PR, marketing, communications, I download all of those things in those softwares and I sent that information to the entire marketing team and said, hey, you guys take a look at this and see what we need to keep and what we need to get rid of. Now, with so much AI, one platform can do so many different things. So sometimes you may be using one platform. In our case, because we do marketing communications, we may be using one platform for media distribution, like sending out press releases, but then we may be using another platform for something like tracking sentiment. And so now some of the PR tools that are out now, you can measure sentiment, which is basically how people feel about a particular brand, a name, a person. It's a PR function. And then we would actually, we could do all of that within one platform. So we would be able to get rid of another platform. That's the great thing about all this technology that's happening now. You could do things so much faster, but you're able to track and do like two or three things in one platform. And often because ChatGPT, people are producing tools all the time and they're doing it cheaper. So you're able to save money that way. So what I charge the team with is I said, hey, you ladies and guys, look at these tools, see what we're using, see what we can cut, see what we can consolidate. Those are the two words, cut and consolidate. You want to look at what can we cut now that we're using or what can we consolidate in one tool or platform where we don't have to use like 4 or 5 other platforms. Just doing that exercise, we were able to save, like I said, 18 and 20% just on G&A. The other thing, just a little bonus that I'm really excited about is it gets the team involved as well. And then we have strategy sessions to determine like what do we really need and what could we do away with. And then it also enables us to really start looking at the business and planning ahead. So we're able to do a better job with budgeting. So once we actually get rid of all the recurring transactions, we look at how we can reduce some of the expenses. The one thing I will say, and a lot of CEOs and business owners don't like to do this, is people are in different phases of their life all the time, really. And one of the things I find that people want now, they want options. So people who you may have required to come back into the office, talk to some of those people. Some of those people may be interested in having a reduction in their salary in order to maybe work from home, or they may want to come in the office less. So maybe you tell them, hey, you can come in the office 2 days a week. I will pay for your parking for 2 days a week. But then the other 3 days you work from home, and then someone else may be able to share a parking pass, or that somebody else may be able to come in the office. You need to have everyone in the office at least 1 day a week because it fosters communication. It's great for employee morale and culture, but you don't have to be in the office every day. Now, let me tell you, me to one, Isom saying that is a lot because I was one of those old schoolers. When you over 50, you start I was like, "Oh my god, I do not like remote work." But now it's really good because I'm able to be so much more effective, so much more productive because I'm not spending as much time in the car. And then because I also have a team that's worldwide, it's great for all of us. We just have to identify a certain time that works for everyone. So we usually have our meetings from like 9 a.m. to somewhere to 11 a.m., which is great. It gives us time to do the rest of our work that day. Now, I will say this, working from home does not mean your kids are at home because God knows I can't get anything done when my children are here. So I will definitely say when it comes to working from home, you have to have some kind of tool in place. Slack is really good with that. Communication has to be consistent. That may be a couple long meetings on like a Tuesday and Thursdays, are the days that we meet. And then for people who are inbound, like in your home location, then they can all come in the office on 1 day. They come in the office 2 days a week, but 1 day a week is reserved that everyone has to be out there on that date. That's just for workshopping, brainstorming strategy, maybe going out and get lunch together, something to keep the culture going. But having those conversations with people who may be amenable to having a conversation on adjusting their work, how they work, not their work schedule, but how they work is really good. Some people may want to move internationally, and now you have opened the door for them to have a conversation that they didn't think they were going to have because they thought if they left, they were going to lose their job. So it's just, and then with the tools and stuff that are available now, they're very collaborative. So you can work across many continents. I think we have like 4 continents that our team is located on. So we're able to be really productive and effective. And then we meet in the mornings between, like I said, all of our meetings are between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. And then we meet once a week in the office, like the core team. So there are tons of ways that you can start the conversation with them to help reduce some of your overhead for your person. I mean, for some of your direct labor costs when it comes to your employees. So I think that those 3 things I would highly encourage you to proceed with or move forward with. One is first to download 13 months of your bank statement and upload those to ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT to run an analysis to see where you could cut your budget by 30% and identify any recurring expenses. Take those transactions, that document, it'll give you an Excel spreadsheet or it'll give you a Word document. Take the Excel spreadsheet, sort it by what's relevant, kick it out to your team, have them review, say, hey, is there any software on here that we can get rid of? Check what we're paying. Can we reduce this by 50%? Or how can we reduce this? Is there any way that we can consolidate some of these tools so that we don't have to have 3 tools, but we can have just 1 tool? And then the third piece of that is having a conversation with all of your team. If you don't have HR, and some people may not want to come forward, just send a quick survey. Hey, we're looking at how we can make you feel a little bit more, accommodate your life a little better. So we're open to having conversations on what that would look like. Don't say we want to reduce money because when you leave with that, people automatically get into panic mode. I can tell people 1,000 times that we are not going to reduce your job. And no matter how many times I have said that in managing over 100 people in my career, people still go and think you're going to fire them. So don't say that. Say, we're looking at culture. We're looking at some changes we may want to make with our office situation. We just want to see, like, what are you thinking culturally? What your life to look like? in the next 3 months to 6 months to a year. And people may say, oh my God, thank God, because I'm tired of dropping this kid off, driving to the city, or daycare is too expensive. I would love to be able to pick my kid up by 3 o'clock, and that would give me time to be with them from 3 to maybe 8. And then when they get put down to bedtime at 8 o'clock, which I'm not doing, but yeah, it's usually like 11. Shame on me. And then you can get back on and work again. So you're still getting your hours in. But this is a good way to start the conversation. And I am guaranteeing you, you will see at least a 20%, if not more, cut to some of your overhead and your budget. And then you could take that money and decide what you want to do with it. You can invest that money into your team. You can get rid of your office. Just look at different things that you could do, but it's going to give you the information you need and the analysis you need for your business. And it's absolutely free. And then that's the place that you start to redo your budget for next year. And then once you have those numbers, just drop them into a budget overhead. If you need a budget template, just put me in the comments, I need a budget template. And I'll send you one that my accounting manager uses, and we'll send that out to you all. And then what you could do is just drop your numbers in there and start massaging your budget, playing with your budget a little bit, and then roll it out for the next year, roll it out for the next 18 months. And what I will tell you is you're going to be like, you're not going to want to do it, but I'm making it as simple as possible for how you're able to do it. So you're not intimidated, because I would be intimidated to do it. But now you don't have to do it anymore. I'm literally laying it out for you. Download the statements, upload to ChatGPT, run the prompt that I just gave you, look at what the results are, bounce it to your team and say cut or consolidate, and then have conversations with your team about what they want in their life, how they want that life to look. Hey, some people may be willing to take a 20% pay cut if they can cut out early at 3, work from home, and save money somewhere else. So I think it's worth a conversation. And you'd be surprised at how many people can be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Right. So, and then that saves money for bonuses. So maybe you do bonuses during the Christmas time to be the amazing boss that you are. And then it helps you to kind of rein your expenses in a little bit more, and you can plan accordingly. All right, that's all I got. I love and appreciate you all, and I want to make sure that I can help you in any way possible in your business. I'm Twan Isom, and I'm here to help. Hi, I'm Twan Isom. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions on what to do in your business, how to do marketing, PR, anything business related, let me know. I'm here to help, and I can't wait to answer all of your questions. So just drop a question in the comments, and I'll be sure to follow up and post something in the coming days.